All right, let's talk Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals going up against the 49ers. Obviously, very disappointing loss by them. Let's talk about what went wrong. I have to say, when rewatching this tape, I came away much more impressed with Kyler Murray, and I feel like he's one of the players who his stat line really does not tell the full story with how he played in this game. So let's talk about what I mean by that. So first, this plays a good example. One-on-one matchup going towards the outside here against man coverage. 2nd down and 8. Murray's going to take the snap. And is this wide open? No. In fact, it's probably going to need to be a pretty nice throw and catch for this to be complete. It's Michael Wilson, who's, a reliable wide receiver, not a star or anything, but a reliable wide receiver. Watch Kyler Murray make a perfect throw, just couldn't quite make the grab. Michael Wilson couldn't. I mean, again, is that a drop? I don't know if I would say that. It's a tough catch, right? But it was an opportunity. And again, you're missing out on these opportunities, I think, is a big issue with the Arizona Cardinals. While you don't expect to make this catch every time, if they could make these catches more frequently, they'd maybe be looking at a much different situation, quite frankly. Because there were also just some brutal drops. So this one, 3rd down and 6, trying to hit Trey Benson, who just drops that one. That would have been a touchdown on a drive they ended up having to settle for a field goal on. So those extra 4 points would have certainly mattered in this game. This play was one I saw kind of go viral because it's the Marvin Harrison Jr. thing of he had a rough day. I mean, look how wide open. It's one of those plays where sometimes you're like too open and you have time to think about it, and that's when you end up dropping it. But nonetheless, I mean, that was like a fair catch out there. Gotta catch that one. This one as well. This was a highlight reel level play. It's going to be an awesome play. They're down 7 points. Watch Kyler Murray. He's getting outside the pocket. He's looking down the field. He spots Marvin Harrison Jr. is open and just can't quite hang on. Again, it's not a drop. I don't know. We had to jump up to make the grab, but certainly one I'm sure he would tell you he had to make. There was pass interference on a different Cardinals player, which, or as in a pass interference, a penalty that affected a different Cardinals player. The 49ers were guilty of the penalty. Sorry for my poor wording, but so they still got the ball at the 1 and punched it in, but could have been a touchdown right there, and just like a highlight reel level play that would have maybe changed how we viewed Kyler's performance, right? Because honestly, like heading over here, there was a lot of really good stuff with Kyler Murray in this game. I mean, you see right here, he's, it's 3rd and 8. He's standing in the pocket, looking around, trying to see what's open. Nothing is, but this is kind of classic Kyler Murray. Watch him get outside the pocket. He is going to scramble, and he picks up the 1st down right here. That's great stuff. And again, we really saw that on full display in this game. That wasn't just one isolated play. He was making these throws and making these runs, even if they weren't always being caught when he would throw the ball. This play, another one where I think it's fair to bring up the San Francisco 49ers defense has played really well this season. Here, Kyler Murray takes the snap, doesn't love what he sees over the middle, so starts to scramble around. Eventually, he's going to see that, hey, Trey McBride, I mean, this is a dangerous play, right? Like, is this going to work? I don't know, but Kyler Murray wants to see if he can try and make it work on a 3rd down and 9. Throw a touch behind McBride, but it was also in a full sprint. It ends up incomplete. It was a tough situation. I mean, there wasn't a lot wide open, and even with Murray trying to add as much time as possible, like, there wasn't a lot he could do. The 49ers defense was not giving him a ton, so kind of doing what he can. At times, you saw something like this, where it's a 3rd down and 4 situation, man coverage. Trey McBride is running the route you see on the screen. So Murray takes a snap, says, sure, I like Trey McBride, one-on-one. Yeah, let's try and make this work. Again, not horrible defense, despite the really good route by McBride. But again, watch the throw and catch. Here, they are able to convert, make that nice play. For Trey McBride, I mean, like, listen, it's good that he can make those plays, but for the receiving core, they're just not doing it quite as well, and that's, I think, part of why the Cardinals are struggling, is, to be honest, like, Marvin Harrison Jr. has been disappointing. He hasn't been horrible, but he just hasn't been great. Michael Wilson's a fine player, and then you have Zay Jones getting a ton of snaps here as well. It's like, Greg Dortch is 4th in snaps. Like, they're just not having enough firepower there outside of McBride, who is one of the best receiving tight ends in football. We did see, like, this play, it's a 4th down and 4 situation, zone coverage here. You have a receiver running a route. This isn't even really what's going to be Kyler's first read on this play. But when Kyler takes the snap, he looks down the field. That's not really open. So, okay, Michael Wilson underneath. It's right near the 1st down marker. Like, maybe try and see if you can make this work. You got to throw it. 4th down, right? But look at this really nice throw and a nice catch, too. So you saw flashes, right? You saw flashes of this offense doing what it was able to do really well in weeks 1 and 2, albeit against weak competition. But still, you did see those types of flashes. I think you just want to see it a bit more consistently. This play was the only real negative where it's 3rd and 1. Kyler trying to make something happen, ends up throwing a grounding penalty, nearly was a safety. Now, a lot of people were saying this should have been a safety. I disagree. You see this angle right here. It looks like he does get the ball just past the line when he gets rid of it. It's where the ball is, not where he is. That is not a safety. Still not a great play because I doubt he knew exactly where the ball was. Could have been a safety had things been a little bit worse, but either way, that wasn't a great play. Trying to do a bit too much there, but that was really it. Let's head over here. To me, this play is a microcosm of the whole offensive performance for Kyler Murray. It is a one-on-one matchup with Zay Jones with the game on the line, which right out the bat, okay, is maybe that what you want to do? At the same time, again, like I said, these other players aren't winning with the kind of consistency that you would ideally want in these situations. It is a good route that can beat this type of coverage, so you can understand why he wants to look there. Murray's going to take the snap, and to be honest, this is open enough, right? This has an opportunity for Zay Jones. You get this completion. Again, game situation. The 49ers have one timeout. If the Cardinals get a first down, the 49ers have to burn that timeout. You can kneel down, kill the final 2 minutes, and win the football game. Murray makes a perfect throw, and would that have been an easy catch? No, not at all. But he had the ball, and then it bounces out as he hits the ground. You hang on there, and then you win the game, and you're 3-0, and no one's talking about what's wrong with the Cardinals, right? Ultimately, they're still 2-1. Yes, the schedule is the schedule, but you play the Seahawks Thursday. If you can pull off that win, it looks a lot better, right? Huge win there, or huge game there, I would say. But I really just don't view this as Kyler Murray isn't that good. I actually thought that, I'm just going to be honest, I thought he played well in this game. I really did. I came away impressed with his performance, which, maybe looking at the numbers, you wouldn't necessarily think, but box scores can be deceiving. You got to watch the film and see exactly why that's the case. At least that's what I think. What do you think? I'll mention at the end of this, I do have a movie channel. If you want to hear my thoughts on movies, you can check that out. The link is in the description below. It's called Jackson Kruger Movies. Do some film reviews and stuff like that. Different kind of film study, right? But yeah, if that seems like your kind of thing, check it out. As for Kyler Murray, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.